news doesn't have to be bad to make the headlines. If you have a good news story to tell, call the Newsline on 01473 340 707 or email radiosuffolk@bbc.co.uk. BBC Radio Suffolk with Matt Marvell and Simon Talbot.
Here we go then. Right, penultimate show. What have you done this week? Hot cross buns.
I just went to pay for my sandwiches. This has literally just happened. Put my hand in my pocket to get some change and produced this plastic fork.
Okay, so first story, hot cross buns. Second story, put your hand in your pocket. Third story, falling out with parents. Last story, now we have more time on our hands. Saying clean feed to the traffic and travel. That should be good to go. OS5.
And that's when Matt unleashes whatever it is that we need to unleash.
What are we unleashing today?
I'm not 100% sure, to be honest.
BBC Radio Suffolk with Matt Marvell and Simon Talbot.
Here we go then.
Yeah, it's the run-up, the big run-up.
Yeah, this is the ultimate penultimate.
Very, very well said. I'm not even going to attempt to repeat that, but yes, one more show to go after this one, and then we're out of here. But that's not to say we're going to rest on our laurels. Oh, no.
Oh, no?
Oh, you are resting on your laurels. Sorry, I do apologise.
I was planning to.
We'll be resting on our laurels for the next 2 hours and doing some stuff.
And we'll tell you what's coming up after the Rolling Stones, the last time. Not quite.
Not quite, though.
Yeah, but soon.
Laurels.
It's the Rolling Stones, the last time. Wait for it, not yet, not the last time yet, is it?
Not quite. That's the kind of left of centre thing we've become known for over the last 3 years. It's the last time, but it's not quite the last time.
Do you know?
Crazy guys.
Do you know what we have on the show today?
Do I know? Are you testing me?
Yes.
Well, yeah, I've got a rough idea, obviously.
Okay, shall I tell the people?
Maybe you should. You've been more specific than me.
Okay, we have in the show today, we've got Fickle Finger. That's right, I put Simon into a tricky situation. We've got a song to lift your spirits. However bad life gets, we've got a song to lift your spirits. We've got Matt and Simon's
Top 10 radio presenters. This is a genuine thing. We're not trying to be silly here. It's our top 10, our respective top 10s, mine and Matt's, of the favourite broadcasters that we've enjoyed over the years.
Yeah, and we've got, of course, we've got What's That Noise? It wouldn't be a show without What's That Noise, would it?
It wouldn't. It's the cornerstone of our show.
So this is that noise.
Is it Right Said Fred?
No, try again.
Is it the Grateful Dead?
One more. No. No.
Is it Simply Red?
No.
Stop.
Call now
on 01473 212121
or text SFK.
Hot cross buns. Hot cross buns. What would I be talking about?
Your forthcoming career as a travelling minstrel?
Yes, exactly. No, I'd be talking about hot cross buns.
Ah, see, I don't look at the obvious. I always look beyond. Hot cross buns, you say?
I've found a new air freshener for the car. People spend lots of money on air fresheners in cars. You know, they're £5, maybe £6.
Well, we're living in tight times. You don't, to make your car smell nice, you shouldn't be able to break the bank.
Well, this is my point. I purchased 2 hot cross buns last week. One I consumed the normal way.
Indeed, it's traditional.
With butter down the mouth.
Sounds tasty.
The other one I put on the dashboard of the car.
Right.
You know, near the heater vent where the hot air comes out?
A sensible choice.
A sensible choice. For the last week it's been sitting there.
Right.
Now my car smells like hot cross buns whenever I travel somewhere, and that has got to be one of the nicest smells. Cinnamon, currants, doughy, and it's still working. Many air fresheners would have been done and dusted by now. Not the hot cross bun, not the humble hot cross bun. It's still going strong.
I can see a flaw potentially in your thinking that. Obviously, your car smells lovely, like a baker's on a winter's morning.
And it's 20p. You know, you're talking 20p, 25p for a decent air fresh.
However, leaving a hot cross bun by some heating vents, it's going to go mouldy and disgusting. So, although the smell might be very evocative, it is going to look like some foul alien pestilence on the dashboard of your car. Although your car You know, you really wouldn't notice.
Well, as you said, I've been growing stuff in my car before.
There is a whole ecosystem in Matt's car that is unique. Top 10 rundown of our respective top 10 favourite radio presenters.
So
10 from me and 10 from Matt.
So we'll do it. Number 10, you read out your number 10, I'll read out my number 10, and so on down the list. Okay?
Okay. Have you got the music, the all-important tune?
Of course I have.
Excellent. The raw power of Led Zeppelin introduces us to the top 10 radio presenters. No messing about, this is actually pretty much true. Number 10 for me, straight in, Jeff Lloyd, formerly of Pete and Jeff, but now obviously a stalwart on Absolute. He's brilliant and a very, very intelligent man.
Okay, number 10 for me is Jonathan Ross from Radio 2.
And the other thing we're going to do here is try and find out how many selections are roughly the same.
Okay.
Okay, which is very interesting. He's in at number 10. 9 for me, Adam and Joe, first of a couple of great comedy double acts that will be featured on this. Geeky, obscure, and again, very, very clever.
Okay, number 9 for me, Johnny Vaughan, Capital Radio.
Very, very good. 8, Capital Radio stalwart, now sadly no longer with us. For me, Kenny Everett. One word, genius.
That is interesting. Number 8, Colin Murray from Radio 5.
I wouldn't have expected that, although thinking about it now that I do. Number 7 for me, a non-mover, Jonathan Ross.
Okay.
Jonathan Ross in his heyday, you couldn't touch him.
Okay, number 7 for me, Simon Mayo, 5 Live and Radio 2.
Number 6 for me, the first and sadly only woman in my top 10, Sarah Cox. I absolutely love Sarah Cox. A lot of people say her delivery is rambly, but I think she's utterly, utterly brilliant.
I have no women in my...
Well, you don't have to, it's personal choice.
Okay, so we're number 6 we're at, yeah?
We're at number 6, yeah.
Okay, so Chris Tarrant from Capital Radio's Breakfast Show, now he's a stand-in presenter on Radio 2.
And I won't ask you to do it, but Matt does do a fantastic Chris Tarrant impersonation.
But we don't want to give you that.
That was it, fantastic. It was almost like he was in the studio. Number 5 for me, the all-important top 5, Danny Baker, an absolute radio genius.
Yes, he is. But number 5 for me, Kevin Greening, deceased.
Kevin Greening, of course. Number 4 for me, and this could be a controversial choice, Russell Brand. Russell Brand for me, number 4, an absolute radio colossus. Brilliant.
Okay, number 4 for me, Kenny Everett. You had him already. He's deceased, of course. So.
Indeed, and one word again, genius. Number 3, and he has to feature in this top 10. It goes completely without saying, John Peel, the finest broadcaster this country has ever produced. Absolutely wonderful.
Number 3 for me, Peter Allen from 5 Live, a wonderful deadpan presenter. He's got a great delivery.
He has got a fantastic delivery. Number 2 for me, Mark and Lard.
Okay, number 2 for me, Nick Abbott. He's on LBC.
Mark and Lard.
And of course, I've got a proper jingle for this one, okay? So,
Number 1.
Of my top 10 radio presenters, you'll call me cheesy, you'll call me over-emotional, you will call me a bit of a soft touch, but my number 1 radio presenter is Matthew Marvell.
No, you haven't done
that. Yes, I have, because I knew you'd respond just like that.
Yeah, no, because it's not...
No, you're my number 1 radio presenter.
No,
I work with you. I've seen you at work. You're a very, very intelligent, very, very creative guy. You're number 1 in my book.
But that diminishes my number 1.
In my book, Matt, you're number 1. Of course, if your number 1's not me, then that's fine. That's okay. That's all right. What's your number 1? You want to play the jingle again?
Yeah.
Number 1.
Danny Baker from 5 Live. BBC London.
Where am I? Where am I in this? Where's the love?
Get well soon, Danny Baker.
Where's the love?
Okay, if I had another...
Number 1.
You'd be my number 1. You're forcing me to do a number 1. It's Danny Baker. Really, for me, it's Danny Baker. Yeah, okay.
He's a genius. I just enjoy making you squirm, Matthew.
Travel news from BBC Radio Suffolk.
I know it's nearly over, but the sound of the Scouts always sends a shiver of fear at my spine.
I can now reveal the truth behind the disappearance of some of BBC Radio Suffolk's most loved personalities. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Now, come on, are you ready?
You bet I was born ready.
Okay. Naked wrestling.
Of course it is. Of course it is. It's the only theory that makes any sense.
Every full moon here in the BBC Radio Suffolk basement, we hold the contest. It's quite an event. Everyone from the radio station turns out for it, plus family and friends. Head of promotion Norman Lloyd is the referee.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
All the staff baying like dogs while 2 men wrestle in the nude.
And the undefeated champion for over 10 years, who do you think it is?
It's a tough call. It's a tough call.
Come on, he's the daddy. He's the daddy.
It's Mark, isn't it? Mark Murphy must be the undisputed nude wrestling champion.
The rules are simple. If you lose against him, you have to leave the radio station.
Ah, I see.
If you draw, you can stay at the radio station, but you have to do a lesser role.
Okay.
So you okay with that?
If them's the rules, them's the rules.
Okay, your challenge, Simon, you must at least draw against Mark Murphy in the contest. But, of course, playing fair isn't in your nature. You need the benefit of some silly items. It's time to oil up.
Okay.
For the contest.
That makes me shudder more than the Scouts, you saying that. Okay, let's rock and roll.
Okay, so, and luckily, in me saying oiling up, Kathleen in Lowestoft has suggested Vaseline. 1 minute 42 seconds starting now.
Thank you, Kathleen and Lowestoft. Well, of course, my first advantage is using slippery, slidey Vaseline. I'll cover my entire body in that. I hope it's a very large pot, and that means that Mark can't quite, despite the fact he's very skilled, very strong, he's 10 years a champion, he can't quite get a grip on me. Like some kind of slippery eel, I just keep slipping out of his grasp.
Okay, next item.
His grasp.
Paul via Facebook. Paul Whitlow suggests a referee's whistle.
Okay, he's got me in some kind of headlock, which means that I'm in a position to blow the whistle really loudly in his ear. Peep. So I won't do a whistle. I'll just spit all over the thing. Peep would go the whistle. He would recoil, clutching his ear. My cochlea, he would shout. As he reels back. It's in your ear. It's in one of the bones in your ear.
Yeah, right.
I hope it is. He will reel backwards, clutching his ear, as I wriggle out of his grasp.
Jim from Needham Market says a raw egg.
Produce it well. Where on earth I'd produce a raw egg from, Jim? I'm not 100% where this is going. But I would throw the raw egg at him. It hits him in the face. Oh, no, my ears. Now my eyes, they're covered in albumin.
From Georgina wrote a fountain pen.
Then I write him a strongly worded postcard saying, oh, go on, Mark, please let me. When we have a real laugh in the mornings.
From Holly, who's here in the studio filming us today, a water balloon, a proper one, full of water.
Yeah, I get these little, apparently you can get properly little special-made water balloons, which I then gently bombard him with, which removes all of his oils, which means I can get more of a grip on him. So I can then slam him down and hold him down. His ears are ringing, his eyes are full of egg yolk. He's read my postcard and he basically says, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. He surrenders, I get back, and all is well. I think I've won the bout there.
You've won? You can't win.
Yes, I have.
No, you can't win. You have to draw. Think about it.
I want to win.
No, you can't.
I draw, says the referee. Victory is mine.
That's just
I have defeated the...
We're locked into that. I can't alter that unless I re-record it. I couldn't be bothered. So you draw.
Travel news from BBC Radio Suffolk.
BBC Radio Suffolk.
Anne, standing by to give us the latest on the roads is Anne. Hi, Anne.
Hi, it's not Anne, it's Jess this time. But
Hello,
good
Jess.
afternoon to
It's
you.
like a
Hello.
Russian roulette wheel, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? You've got me now for the afternoon. Good afternoon. No problems on the A12 or the A14 at the moment. Speed sensors show
So,
moving.
Anne-
Roadworks to watch out for in Ipswich, though. Woodbridge
It took
Road,
Anne
temporary lights in
3
place there,
times of talking to you
Bellevue
before she
Road.
went off sick.
Also, Greenwich
Melissa was
Road,
made to wet service stuff
to one
about 2
lane,
years, wasn't it?
just at St Helens Street into Bury, St Edmunds there, where rough
What's that?
technical
Jess?
works going
Jess.
on just between Cullen Road around the Southgate
Jess,
Street
thank you,
junction
Jess.
too. And some
So my
engineering
pervy ways
work
begin.
on the trains this weekend as well. There's buses replacing trains between Norwich and Lowestoft and Norwich and Sheringham as well, slightly out of our patch. That's the latest from BBC Radio.
Thank you, Jess. Thank you.
01473 212121.
Travel news from BBC Radio Suffolk.
BBC Radio Suffolk.
After this, we're talking about now we have more time on our hands.
I'm walking the walk. If you've heard me over the years talking about learning this martial art called Krav Maga, after watching the Jason Bourne movies, those are the moves. And I've gone, I must learn Krav Maga. I'd love to learn Krav Maga. And I'm actually starting to learn it. I had my first session this week, so I'm going to be using more time on my hands to learn this martial art. I'm not an aggressive man at all, by any stretch of imagination, but it's a new skill. It's slightly out of my comfort zone, so that's what I'll be doing. I can disarm you. I've been going around disarming people. On my first session, I suddenly think I'm like super.
So were
slick.
you a natural? Were you a natural at it? Did they say you're showing some kind of...
I would love them to have said you're a natural, but they didn't.
What did they say?
They just sort of said, "Well done. It's your first session. You seem to,
Little steps.
You seem
Little
to think that it
steps.
is little steps, slow steps. It has to become. I'm doing the moves now, so that's what I'll be doing. I'll just be disarming people with the power of Krav Maga.
So what could you disarm me now if I had a pen?
Not for, no, because again, it's I could if you had a pistol, I could take it. I could disarm you.
So hang on, what's the difference between a pen and a pistol?
Well, yeah, I could do it. I know. If you
Well,
pretended-
this isn't real enough for
Well,
you.
no,
Me pointing a pen at you.
when I got-
you need it to be a gun.
When I got home, I got my wife to threaten me with one of my son's toy pistols, and I disarmed her. And then on the breakfast show, I got producer Claire after the show to brandish a carrot at me, and I disarmed her off that.
Playing out today with Johnny Cash, Hurt, and we're kind of playing out this for Brian Mann.
Well,
it's our little tribute.
He's a country legend, and so's Brian.
So now this ends really nicely. It would have been great.
This guy's drinking.
The old familiar sting. Try to kill it all away. But I remember
end that. End of the show there. Matt and Simon.